Donut's talent show. The vengeance of the daughter concluded.
Finally.
A four-way battle. And on to the seventh. No, wait, scratch that. Eighth floor. Hello, crawlers, and welcome to episode 25 of your Dungeon Crawler Carl read-along podcast. I'm Grant.
I'm John.
And I'm Martin.
And we are concluding today, book 5. We're concluding this bad boy. It's been a journey.
Yeah, indeed.
It's been a long one. And this last bit, a lot of stuff going on throughout this whole thing.
And I said it was a short read. Because when I left you guys, I listened in my car. Well, that was maybe between 45 minutes and an hour. Got the next morning at 10, and then by noon, I was done.
Yeah.
But so much happened.
So much. It's so dense.
Like I felt like, okay, it was just a short period of time, and I remember, and then listening back to it in the car on the way back over here, just even one chapter 75, I was like, God, so much happens there, and that's not even the last bit of it.
Yeah.
I used to listen to other audiobooks quite a lot.
Yeah.
And since taking this on, no, I don't listen to other books anymore because it's listen through this, then listen through again and make notes, and then we're discussing it, and then it's time for the next one. There's no time to listen to other books anymore.
Yeah, my podcast queue is crazy right now.
Yeah, there's no time. But that's okay. We love this, obviously.
Yeah.
We are discussing chapter 73 through the end of the book, which does mean we will be taking our customary break after this episode. I think we're going to take 2 weeks off, and we'll pick up after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Which means that after this episode, which should be coming out on the 14th of November, our next episode will be December 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a significant gap. But
yeah. I don't know what you guys are going to do with your other 2 weeks there, but maybe be thankful for something. Maybe try that.
Or you could always go back through and listen to old episodes.
Oh.
Watch old episodes.
Let's see. There's a couple of other things we wanted to touch upon before we dive into our analysis. Most everyone does not agree with me that Carl and Signet hooked up. This may come as a surprise to you two.
They don't agree with you?
They disagreed with me. Correct.
Yeah. Oh, you know who else disagreed with you? The book itself.
And the main character that the book's named after.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you hook up and you deny it. So Carl's just doing that to his bro. That's all that's happening there.
You have the whitest hot takes. Just white, incendiary, blazing hot. Yeah.
There was something between them. Something. We'll find out. It's like Captain America. Remember in Captain America, like he ends up hooking up with one of those dancers in that first movie? Like they later like announce that in the rest of the movies, but like you didn't know for movies that
they
Captain America, yeah, he hooked up with one of the dancers.
One of the USO dancers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that.
This is the same exact thing. He's basically Captain America hooking up with Signet. Okay, we're gonna move on.
What do we do here?
I don't know, man. I people always ask, why are your episodes so long? It's this. It's just a bunch of this.
There's one more thing. I could skip it,
okay,
but I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
A lot of comments said that you're sexy.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Are we wasting people's time here?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it was never in question, but
we had a lot of support. I think maybe it's a little bit too positive of support in the comments. Like, be a little sassy to us, guys.
I do have to say that our newest t-shirt, the Dungeon Sexy shirt, has sold 0 items. We've sold 0 of those shirts.
You know why? Someone pointed out maybe saying dungeon sexy has a different connotation. That's not what you want.
I didn't think about that.
And people who are dungeon sexy within that context don't really want to advertise that.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that. And if this doesn't sell by the time we do our next episode, then I'm going to banish these shirts into the nothing. They'll be pulled off the store, and then we'll forget about them forever.
I'm going to have to buy just one of them to wear at some one convenient point.
Oh, what a troll.
All right, so that means that after our 2-week hiatus, we'll be coming back for book 6, which is called The Eye of the Bedlam Bride. Did you know that?
I did know that.
All right. You already listened to half of it?
Not half. just the prologue.
Did you see the cover of it?
No.
Okay. I don't know if he should. I
Yeah,
don't know if he-
don't analyze the cover. It's fine.
don't look at the art
Yeah,
yet.
don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Does it give it away?
It gives away something that's really funny to audiobook listeners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even sure what you're referring to, but I'm going to have to look too. And then I'll have a delightful chuckle.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
maybe a guest voice on there.
Oh, that I do know.
Okay.
You do?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I heard enough to hear that part.
I'm skating around it, but it's on the frickin' cover. I don't know that it's a spoiler or anything.
You wouldn't get a get like that and not advertise it on the cover.
Right.
Yeah, you're not going to dance around it.
Yeah.
All right. So we will dance around that. You guys will have to look at the cover for yourself. But the chapters for your homework assignment are going to be chapters 1 through 6. Doesn't seem like a lot, but they're actually kind of long chapters.
Oh.
And it seems like a good stopping spot. I'm not 100% on that, but it seemed pretty good. So we're going to say 1 through 6. It's almost like 3 hours of listening time. So it's a pretty good chunk.
Okay.
Nice.
And the other note is that I think I have a little bit of an allergy thing. So if my voice starts fading by the end of this episode, you guys are just going to have to pull your weight.
You
and talk a lot more.
sound way better than you made it sound when we were chatting this morning.
This morning I sounded bad.
Yeah.
He sounds better than usual. His voice is like an octave deeper.
Yeah, right? It gives you gravitas.
I sound like a man. I sound like Carl. But if you guys, we might also just be taking a lot of bathroom breaks because I'm going to drink a lot of hot tea. But you will never notice when we've taken a bathroom break because my editing will be so seamless. All right, you guys ready to dive in?
Whoa.
Yes.
What happened? Where did your fucking ascot go? What is it called? Ascot? What is it?
Cardigan?
Oh, cardigan.
Who are you? Ascot.
All right, guys. Jumping into chapter 73, we start with Carl making a note in the cookbook. This is page 4 of their planning notes. And they're talking about how Donut can charm Ferdinand and use the same pet charm potion that they essentially use for Mongo
Mm-hmm.
on him. They just need to drain a whole bunch of blood from Donut because she's a cat and he's a cat, and they'll be able to make this kind of potion. And they should be able to make him essentially a minion or a member of their own party.
Yeah.
If her charm is high enough and she can just grab him.
Well, it has to be like 100 points higher than him.
I think so.
The stats all together.
They go into some math to justify it, and I was like, look, you guys just had to tell me. You don't have to math it out for me. I'll just buy it. But yeah, so we ultimately end up seeing this works. It works, and suddenly Ferdinand's a part of their party.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, not just part of their party, but willing to do anything for Donut.
Yeah, absolutely in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the rest of us were charmed without a magic spell, so.
Sure.
Queen Imogen shows up at the party. She's mad. She was apparently battling outside with all of the elves fighting the mantids and whatever else chaos is going out there. But as soon as she entered into the party to try and grab Ferdinand, she triggered the whole sequence of events that locks the doors and says, okay, from this point on, you have to carry out, you have to finish the talent show. You have to have a dance or sequence or whatever they have to get through to end the party.
Right.
So now everything else is kind of set in motion.
Yeah, because it's a spell that's casting, and the spell needs certain things to happen in order for it to cast.
Checkpoints, yeah.
Yeah. One of the checkpoints is her actually going into the party, and that magically locks everybody where they are.
Yeah. Then Imogen and Signet have a confrontation where Imogen is in the know, and she calls Carl her lover. So I think that's indisputable.
Carl denies it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. Was it?
I didn't touch her. I'll fight you.
Is it Louis like, bro, you and her hooked up?
Nice.
No. Why does everybody keep saying that?
He said no with as much force as we said no to Grant.
Yeah.
No one wants this. No one's shipping them. Okay. All right. Just on me.
You say that I'm Louis, you're Louis.
This is probably more accurate.
I wanted it. It just didn't happen.
Maybe. They'll wreck on it. All right. So After this kind of confrontation, I'm just saying, Matt will make me right. He'll be like, yeah, that totally happened. Imogen, in her frustration, is able to like magically like use her force powers to like drag Carl across the floor to her.
Yeah.
And he's like, how is this not triggering an event? You're attacking someone.
She does a Snoke to him.
Yeah, she snooks him over. And then she's like, why are you attacking? He's like, that's not me. It's the Mantids. But she's like, nah, it's your boy Gideon. So he goes and checks his chat. Gideon's dead.
Yeah.
So all that trouble with me not remembering who Gideon was didn't matter.
Right. I mean,
He's gone.
I mean, I thought about that too because there's a point later where Donut mentions like, yeah, I didn't know who that guy was. He's one of Carl's friends.
That guy, he was a red shirt. He didn't matter. So when this is happening and he's being force choked or whatever, Carl says in a panic, the sink is running. We aren't supposed to let it run.
Yeah, he says that out loud.
Yeah.
So for someone who says they're not going to break,
he's losing.
That guy's breaking.
Yeah, he's cracking.
That's pretty significant to get everyone go, huh?
Right. But I mean, constantly through these later chapters, ever since they got to the Butcher's Masquerade, it's like every so often it's Carl going like, oh, we're fucked. Oh, we fucked. Oh, that happened now? All right, switch to plan F2.
Yeah, right.
Like even Imogen showing up and locking everything down. It's like, no shit, we're doomed.
Yeah, he resigns himself to death several times.
And like it does seem like everything is falling apart and he's so fraying that him kind of reverting to what must be this trauma just like cycling through his head he can't escape, that being blurted out in this time of extreme duress, I guess, is just us all seeing his pain on display, that he feels like he's lost.
Yeah. What
doesn't help is Sledge messages in that he's blown up the turrets and he's lost the twister.
The twister.
Louis devastated.
Yeah. No.
He's got a great line though. He says, "Surviving is winning, Louis. Everything else is bullshit." Which is a quote from GTA 5. It's Franklin.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So he's just so loves GTA. Isn't it great? Imogen realizes nothing else she can really do, so she sits down for this talent show. Florin helps Carl up. He's probably having a little bit of a tough time too with Imogen being there, but he's trying to keep his cool.
Looking like Afetchi's twin sister.
Yeah, we find out later after Afetchi finally dies for real that Florin, like Donut's like Florin is crying harder than he did when Afetchi died.
Oh, when Imogen dies.
Oh, yeah.
So he's bottling up though for the time being, which good soldier, that's what you gotta do.
Those Australians are tough.
Yeah. So a series of our friends do skits up on stage.
Oh yeah.
Ellie and Amani do one that they used to do at the old folks home at Meadowlark, apparently.
Yeah, something real bland.
Yeah, it's some something wacky. It's probably vaudeville sort of sketch. And then Lee June gets up there with her squad. They do some juggling act kind of thing. And I was wondering, I couldn't tell, like, was there something else about them being up on stage that allowed them to execute their plan? Did you guys think, or was it just like, why not be up there?
I mean, them doing stuff, I imagine, just pads out time. I mean, I know, with Donut, it was up to get all the Mongolians in there.
Right.
It's to do that, like for Donut is to do that, and it's to like put a mild charm on everybody. Like there was, I think hers is the one with the actual like function, and everybody else is just kind of to fill time while other things kind of fall into place.
Yeah. That's kind of where I was reading this and going, okay, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there was some intent and design behind why the other ones are going up first. They were kind of setting other pieces in place that I wasn't seeing, I guess. But
yeah, and it would be suspicious if Donut was the only one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
Let's see. Meanwhile, Carl reaches out to Samantha to be like, hey, you need to remove those crystals from the control room. And she's like, hey, I'm putting you on a timeout. I thought I was going to get to kill these elves. I'm not talking to you for a little bit. So he has to yell at her and be like, just fucking do it. And she goes and pulls them out, the crystals. There's 2 of them. And one unmutes them and one removes the peace bond. This is just for the crawlers. All the hunters, it turns out, already had their crystals removed. And they're up to something because what Samantha reveals is that the mantids and what's her name? Dewata.
Yeah.
Came in and had already killed the guards in the control room. And that's how she could tell because their heads were cut off. I guess she didn't leave any mantid babies. I would think there'd be mantid babies there, like on patrol.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess not. And so the other team was already like gearing up for some sort of attack. In fact, there's a part where was it like a Cicathian or a Dreadnought is about, a Draconian is like doing some sort of Hadouken thing. He's about to like have some glowing ball in his hand. And Carl's like, put the crystals back in. And the other side, and all of a sudden it goes out. So that's a cool like visual for us to see, like that they snuffed out the powers of the other side. That does have what's her name? Samantha now on the lookout. She's able to put that back, but now Dewata / Cersei is gonna come back and attack her. So she's like holed up in the cave in the control room. But there's a good beat here because this is where Carl's like, hey, you can protect us, you can keep her out. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of sweet. She's like, you do?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess she needed that.
She seems to need a lot of things.
She's emotionally very needy.
Yeah.
And clingy. And hey, she seems to have a thing for Carl, so maybe you'll get your wish.
Oh, you think they're gonna hook up? There was a bit of missing time. That's all I need to fill in the blank.
All she needs is a body, and maybe not even that.
Yeah, and it's not like she's a CPR doll head.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Samantha's happy that Carl believes in her. And the sledge situation's looking really bad. Elves and mantises are everywhere. The bramble has like advanced really quickly.
Yeah, it's taken over.
And so it's chaos outside. So everything is falling apart with Sledge trying to take over the towers in the castle. Everything's falling apart with Samantha because now Dewata's coming back and he doesn't think Samantha's going to really be able to hold, even though he believes in her.
Yeah, his multi-step plan is falling apart at like every step.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it makes sense. He thinks that the sink is running. He's kind of falling apart here. He ponders on his doomsday scenario from book 2, thinking, if everything really falls apart, does he have the cojones to pull that thing out and just nuke everyone? He kills all the hunters like he wants, but he'd kill all of his friends.
Right.
But maybe they're all dead anyway.
Right. It's hard to imagine Carl choosing the kill all my friends option.
Yeah, because surviving is winning, Carl.
Mm-hmm. And everything else.
Bullshit, man. He's got to listen to Sledge as well. Meanwhile, we get a note that Prudence died.
Yeah, Prudence.
The bear.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of didn't care about her before, and now I care a little bit more, I guess.
Did you care more at that point?
I was like, oh, she died. That's sad.
Yeah, you seem real broken up about it.
Justice for Prudence.
I was like, oh, yeah, Prudence.
Okay. I wasn't the one going, oh, okay. But yeah, Carl's feeling broken, and then we get a sequence where he talks about he's detaching, he's disassociating in a way, and he's like fantasizing about what a life could have been where his mom never died, and they had stayed in Texas, and all his buddies from the dungeon, I guess, are now his buddies there. He says Donut is fat and happy. He's never heard the water running in the pipes, never found his mom dead in the basement, or the note. It's kind of dark.
Yeah. And
it's, really trying to underscore that it seems like there's no other real option. So he pulls the audible and he says, hey, we're going to go with plan A. And his secret plan is that he's going to sacrifice himself going up and killing Eva so that everyone else can live.
And at that point, he's like, hey, go with plan A, Donut, do your whole performance. And that's going to keep her occupied while he does what he has to do.
Right, because attacking Eva, releases everyone to attack each other?
Yeah.
It breaks the seal, but the person that breaks the seal gets banished into the nothing.
Right.
Meanwhile, that pivotal chapter we talked about last episode, that really short one about Signet kind of getting unlocked by going and talking to, of all people, big blabbermouth Donatia.
Boy.
Yeah, apparently she was just saying all sorts of shit too. Has resulted in Signet coming back to Carl and recognizing while shaking that like all of this is bullshit. Her whole reality isn't real. And this makes me just kind of wonder, like, to what degree did people have control over her in the Vengeance of the Daughter, like, storyteller storyline? Because it seems like she's operating fully on her own full will. Otherwise, I would think they would override this somehow.
Yeah, I think there's some autonomy that they have to have.
Yeah.
You know, and if I guess that gets compromised enough, then they kind of lose control of that character.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're certainly being guided, but not like automatons where, they're not puppets completely. Because what would be the fun in watching that? It's, it's more of a set things up and watch it play, and then we'll just kind of steer it. But for the most part,
it's like reality television.
Yeah.
It's a little bit scripted. Okay. Yeah. But she's broken. She's realizing what's going on. She sees that Carl is kind of freaking out about like everything falling apart. And she goes, I got you, fam. I will sacrifice myself. So what she does, like, okay, one of these acorns falls. And I guess by her chomping that, she knew that would unleash some sort of magic. The magic is still existing in these little acorns.
In book 2 with the city elves, one of the times when Carl and Donut are over there and they're like raving about the oak fell, right? Like they're talking about Donut being the Antichrist essentially, and they're about to all attack her collectively. They all chomp on these acorns and go into a magical fervor. So this is exactly the same thing. As that.
Okay. So that magical fervor allows her, I guess, somehow to bypass the construct. Like, could everyone have chomped on these acorns?
It gives her like a bunch of magical bonuses and stuff. So I think it just makes whatever she's going to do stronger.
Yeah, but like everyone else shouldn't have been able to operate with magic. So I wonder if this was like a hidden loophole.
Maybe
these acorns. Like Donut could have had this out on the main floor and just use whole spell or something like that.
Who knows?
Anyway, so
is this where Donatia tells her like, yeah, we were going to kill Carl?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She would like, this is all of the stuff that she reveals.
Like, oh, yeah. We were planning to kill him on this floor anyway.
I'm sad. But we realize like Donatia is a scumbag through and through. And we now know why he wants to kill her is because she also bought a spot in Faction Wars on floor 9. So she so enjoys the game that she wants to be one of the participants helping to kill Carl and his fellow people. So like at that point, it's like, oh, you're no longer like, this isn't a fun relationship between us. I want you dead.
Yeah.
Right. She doesn't see them as people.
Yeah. And once Carl realizes that, he's biting his tongue and being polite, but no, he's like, you got to go.
Right.
So yeah, there is something with Signet's spell. We learned in book 2 when Signet first popped up that she needs to cast the spell. She needs a person to be her conduit and another person be a blood sacrifice.
Right.
And she technically can be all three if she makes herself the sacrifice and the conduit for her power while unleashing all of her tattoos. So she's going to build up her power and then slice her own throat with a knife Carl gives her so she can die.
Yeah.
And that will
Carl's
break
like,
the spell.
No, don't do that.
He does no fighting for it. It was just like, sweet.
He's like, I was gonna, Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
He does feel bad about. He's like, "What are you doing, Signet?"
yeah.
Like he does feel bad about
He
it.
does, but it sounds so perfunctory. Like, oh no, don't do that.
No, you need help. Is there a way I gotta make sure this happens? Because she's saving him and all of his friends' lives. So
Yeah.
you don't fight that too much.
Right.
No, there's got to be another way.
Yeah. And have her go like, yeah, maybe you're right.
Shit.
But then what you said kind of works best for everybody. So
Well, before that, she also has that. She tells Carl about like Tina. Actually, the thing
right.
that she needs is her mom.
She says that the thing that all three of them are seeking, both her, Signet, Tina, and Carl, is their mom back. Just wanting their mom back.
Right. Same thing that Prepotente wants too.
There's a theme.
Yeah.
There's a lot of consistency between all the characters, something that binds them.
And also Donut.
Oh.
wow, it's like a Disney animated movie with all the dead moms.
Jeez, and Bambi.
Speaking of Donut, the guy playing right before her is a guy named Horton, who's like a mushroom person, and he's playing Wonderwall on a guitar. So we get Wonderwall back, and it is her favorite song.
Yeah.
We did an episode when you weren't here, and we were laughing about how Wonderwall was playing, and Carl seemed to hate it. He was so mad. So I think he really dislikes that song, and yet it's her favorite song, so it's probably got something to do with B.
Right.
And he's got a bad association with it.
It is a basic ass song.
Ah, it's a great song.
It's a great song.
It's fine. It's just basic.
What you need complexity for. While Wonderwall is playing, there's a ba-boom, and the soul crystal blew up in the control room because Samantha came through,
Mm-hmm.
and she reveals how she did it.
If you're gonna lose big.
What'd she do?
She just fucking bit the soul crystal.
Where?
What? Oh, yeah.
Up to Wada's crotch.
yeah.
Man, she went up there and bit it to try and stop the babies. It didn't work.
My brain just kind of blanked that part
Right.
out. But yes.
She's like, yeah, so I went up in there to stop the babies and I crunched down on it. And it's like, you went up where? She says it so casually.
Yeah.
It didn't seem to work. I mean, it worked in so much as it knocked Dewada out, blew up all of the crystals, and now the babies are just flooding and crushing the room. And she's like, there's no room for Samantha in that room. There's just blood splattering mantids everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's all falling apart. But at the same time, Signet's now sacrificing herself. So Carl's like, go, go, go. We got this. Prepotente, come over here. And there's one last thing. Signet said, hey, she does what's that lady from Game of Thrones? She's like, tell Donadia it was me. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I want her to know it was me.
Yeah.
So when you see her on floor 9, tell her what family is really about, or whatever. So we get a renewed sense of life and vitality for Carl and crew. They're going to enact their plan now.
Mm-hmm.
They just needed someone, aka Signet, to sacrifice for them.
Yeah, he immediately changes his tone and gets hopeful and back into a commanding.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, the sink ain't running. The sink's fine. We're all good.
We're back in business, boys.
So we start with chapter 74 with Donut starting her show, and she immediately charms.
I think this is one of my favorite parts of the whole series.
A lot of people love this chapter.
This chapter is like, as the people in the audience were falling into a charm spell, I felt like I was too.
Mm.
Like, it's such a weird, almost like a magical transport that you go through, or that I did, because like through this whole series, it's been like voice and voice and voice, and everything's just kind of cool. And then you have this extended scene with music.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah, in the audiobook, you guys should listen to the audiobook.
Yeah, please do.
They have background music play. And so it's just like adds to the whole texture of your experience of reading/listening to this, that you really feel like there is a performance up on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hayes does the singing of Donut, singing a song called All Eyes on Me. a nonsensical song that B used to sing, but also I think it's a reference to the Tupac song. I could be wrong there. It does, like, according to Carl, the song is just kind of nonsensical, and I feel like actually I'm gonna go ahead and play it right here for you guys to listen to.
Good girl, you're a good girl, my princess. You're like a root beer flows. Oh yes, I take it all back and never let you win. I wouldn't do it all over again. I love you, I'm sorry, my princess. All eyes on me, all eyes on me, all eyes on me, all eyes on me.
So yeah, that I don't know. It's a sweet little ditty, I guess. It's something that's like, it means a lot to both Carl and Donut.
Yeah, and in the audiobook, yeah, it really has its own sense of atmosphere.
Yeah.
That slows everything down and draws your attention to it. Yeah, you're right, John. You do feel like you're part of the audience.
Right.
The way it's described and the way it plays, and then just saying how everyone's just charmed and stopped to watching this play out.
I think I was washing dishes or loading the dishwasher when this scene started, and I just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
I was just like enraptured by what was happening in the scene and in my ears. And I think like the full chapter went by before I continued.
Yeah, it's such a culmination too, because now you know that everything isn't necessarily falling apart. There's a glimmer of hope that they can execute their plan, and we're now seeing the front presentation of what their plan is. And the whole while you're listening to it, not only is there this emotional layer to it, but behind the scenes, you know that they are executing something that could save all of them. So it's exciting for us, the listener. And what we see is not only does she sing that song, but then she brings out Tina the dinosaur on stage. And she uses one of those items that was gifted to her from, who knows, one of the other crew through the donors. And it's a recharge wand spell. And she recharges Tina's wand. It sparkles and apparently casts its own spell, which is called the recital.
Right.
And that spell further entrances people, makes everyone look at Tina, which I think Donut had already laid that up with her song, All Eyes on Me. She was casting a charm spell and directing people to look at Tina for the recital, because they didn't know exactly what Tina needs, give her what she wants, and they thought she needed to dance. And so they're like, what our best opportunity is to make sure everyone's looking.
Right.
Turns out maybe that wasn't it.
What's weird is that all of this stuff is happening, and when you think about what's happening, there's a cat singing a nonsense song on stage, a dinosaur comes out and starts casting spells, and somehow I'm moved by this. Like somehow the way this has all been built up and what is happening here is so satisfying and moving, and to try to describe to anybody who hasn't gone through this whole thing and arrived here what it is that you're like kind of tearing up about, they think you're fucking crazy. Like they just like, what are you talking about? Like there's a dinosaur that is, what's happening?
It's all these little details that humanize each of the characters, that gives you enough of an understanding of where each of them is coming from and why certain beats are important to them and therefore important to us.
Right.
And that just culminates.
Context is everything.
Yeah. So while they have this big dinosaur in a tutu and boa with a wand dancing around up front, the Cretans pull up a backdrop behind the stage to make it look like, like those old stage plays or whatever. But they're actually using that as a way of concealing what they're doing behind the scenes, which is the whole spell, and dropping all the dinosaurs down a floor.
Yeah.
Now, I had to delete something that I had said from our last episode, which was, oh, what if they used the whole spell to drop dinosaurs down? Because that is what happened, and I couldn't remember, and I was like, I texted Rubio. I was like, "Is that actually what happened?" You're like, "Yeah, you should delete that."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay." So I deleted that. But that turns out what they did. They dropped all these dinosaurs down, and now they're on the stage, one floor down, and that floor is the one that has all the hunters on it.
Right.
And the hunters haven't realized there's dinosaurs in the room with them. At this point.
Right.
All the dinosaurs they see, those are there.
Yeah. So they lift up the backdrop, and then the dinosaurs are there dancing as well.
Dressed like sea creatures.
Oh, that's so fucking good.
It all seems so comical and silly. Meanwhile, Carl's then says, "Go, Sledge, go ahead and start casting your spell." So he needs like 5 minutes to do this. So now we have this countdown timer going, and he starts casting a spell. I guess he's in a safe enough space, and he's like, "Hey, don't let Bomo beat my Frogger score." But like Carl gives Sledge like this rundown. I guess Sledge was initially not going to be in the castle; he just had to be close enough to it to like disappear it.
Yeah.
But now he's in the castle, so Carl's like, "Hey, you're going to be going up to floor 9 with everyone else. When you get there, you're going to be really sick. I'm going to take care of you, lay low, protect everyone else, and we'll be there in a couple weeks." I don't know.
Just don't let them beat that Frogger score.
Yeah.
I'll unplug the machine. Don't worry about it.
Like it's all absurd. This whole thing is absurd, but it's so fucking like effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to the fact that the simpleton mind of Sledge and Bomo, that the thing that they most care about isn't dying, isn't whatever else. It's just like, I so enjoy getting to play that Frogger game. Yeah. Don't let him beat that.
Well, it's
that
why
means
you
everything to me.
can send Sledge to do these things that any other crawler would have been like, me? Oh, man, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just down. He's like, hey, fuck, I'm going. Let's do it.
Yeah. I'll die. As long as I can keep coming back and playing video games. That was the best part of my life.
Yeah, because if he dies, he comes back in like the next floor, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole deal. Yeah.
Signet comes up to Carl. She has a couple regrets. She goes up to Imogen. She says she has a couple of regrets. One is that she never got to say goodbye to Grimaldi. And the other is that she'll never actually be the one who kills Imogen. And she sits down next to her, slits her own throat, and the portal to hell, aka the nothing, opens up and swallows her up. And when it does, we hear a voice going. Let me see if I can do the voice.
You don't have to do the voice.
Samaith, we are coming.
Yeah, you didn't do the voice.
It's pretty good, right? No.
I mean, you're sick, so.
You give me some grace. Okay, I appreciate it.
You sounded like Cheech Marin.
Hey, Samaith, we coming. And that means that the battle is now commencing. Carl puts on his ring of divine suffering, marks Vra, and throws some smoke curtains, and we jump to the next chapter.
That's a nutty move. Like he just immediately, as soon as the protections go down, he puts the ring on and marks Vra. Like confidence. That is some confidence.
Well, it's also determination.
Yeah.
That there's that, like, I know I got a list of priorities, but killing Vra is really at the top.
Really want her dead. It's so funny because it's not even ultimately him that kills Vra.
No.
And I don't remember if this is a thing or not, but I think when he marks somebody, the mark knows that they're marked by that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mark knows they're marked, and if he gets hurt, which he could very much get hurt right now in this sequence, he can't heal.
He can't heal. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I
forgot about that part.
left to fester debuff.
Yeah.
So real confident.
Yeah.
But he has confidence for a very critical reason, and that's because when the shit hits the fan right now, all of those dinosaurs are down on the hunters. And they start attacking, and the hunters are caught completely off guard. I think that there was like 250 hunters before when that all came to this party or something, some number like that.
Yeah.
And by the end of this sequence, when the castle disappears, there's 75 of them left. So the raptors must have just torn through.
Oh, yeah. It was a massacre.
What's great is
because you got so many hunters that are just trying to scramble and run away.
Oh, yeah. And then on top of that, like by the time the castle disappears and when they fall to the ground, another half of them are gone. So then another 35 or whatever die just falling to the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
So like they have not even had to do much battling with these guys.
I remember this whole scene, like when I first read it, going into rereading it, I was like, this is that scene that's kind of like a blender.
Yeah.
Like this is just like a fucking blender that you drop a bunch of things into a food processor and they just all get blended up. And that's how my memory kind of recalled this whole thing playing out.
It's chaos. And it's written with these short sentences, and there's an aggression to it that just adds to the, what is that called? The staccato, the aggression of it. Just it's beat, 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 beat.
Yeah. Plus, you got this flood of mantis guts that's just pouring through everything.
Yeah, the things that it's describing are violent. The way it's written is violent.
Mm-hmm.
The rhythm of it is kind of violent too. Like this whole section feels like its own thing, and it feels different and separate from the rest of the story.
And I mean, it is one of those things where I did have to listen to it and then listen to it again, because there's these little details interspersed throughout as they're describing this happened and then this happened and this happened and then this person died and then this happened and this happened. And I go, wait, go back to that. Who died? And yeah, we end up losing people, but because of the chaos of the scene, it's like battle. That has to be just one of a list of bullet points of things that are happening.
Oh yeah.
So it adds to the triviality.
Yeah.
What's the word there?
Triviality.
Of their death within kind of larger landscape of a battle. That is a footnote in a way.
Well, very few get to die, and there's a moment of like reverence. And it's like, yeah, he's dead, but we got all this going on right now too.
Yeah, fucking Faraz dies off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't see what happens to him. Like he's just fucking dead.
Yeah.
So let's see. As best I can try and narrate what does happen here. The raptors all start attacking. Samantha pops in, I guess, falls from the floor above as well, or I don't know. She falls from somewhere and just immediately goes and starts biting on Farah as well.
Yeah,
with her rubber teeth. I don't know how much.
Yeah, and she's like surfing the guts and then jumps on the bra.
I thought with a sequence like that, when I first heard it, like that she's biting onto Farah, that Carl would take his Chistera and like bring her up so he could kill her.
Oh right,
because if she's grasped on, he can summon Samantha back.
That'd be kind of cool,
but that didn't happen.
Nope.
I mean, the dinosaurs make pretty quick work of her.
Yeah. The mantids are meanwhile everywhere, blasting over and attacking all the crawlers. Ferdinand disappears for a little bit, and then right at this moment where Imogen's about to attack and potentially kill Carl, he comes in and attacks Imogen.
Right.
And does enough of a damage before kind of being blasted away by Imogen. And, granted, Ferdinand's also like a high boss level character. So it probably does take a bit more to kill him, even with Imogen hitting him.
Yeah.
But it's kind of neat to see that character turn around and save Carl.
Sure.
We actually see a number of people save Carl. The Popoff brothers come in and step in last minute and save Carl as well. I remember when we were doing our earlier books, it was like, Carl can do no wrong. He's twisting and turning and fighting all these things, and he's invulnerable, it seems. Now he's needing his ass saved like all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. He's vulnerable, but he's the tactician everyone else seems to need. Imogen's doing some red lightning attack and blasting left and right too.
And we find out that red lightning attack, like the damage increases as her health decreases.
Oh,
yeah. So as the battle goes on and she's losing health, like she's losing life, that attack gets stronger and stronger.
The signet tattoos are also out and about attacking.
Yeah, because they're now actually alive.
Are they 3D? Are they still kind of paper?
No, they're 3D.
Yeah, they said it 3D.
Oh, okay. Well, they're alive, and we learned that they're going to disappear with the castle down to the 9th floor. So I guess her power was, if she does a self-sacrifice, her power's enough that it could bring all of her friends back to life. It's just she can't be alive with them.
Yeah, they're memory golems?
Yeah, memory golems.
Well, one memory golem is her mom, who's there, and Miss Nadine... It's like every time I start saying like too many silly things in a row, I have to stop and laugh at myself. Miss Nadine, the caterpillar who's looking after the werewolf kid that's a beaver.
Clint, yeah.
Clint,
The werecaster.
she says to Samantha, the sex doll head, hey, this is a flesh golem. If you find a fleshmancer, they might be able to use this body for Samantha, essentially. So Samantha's all excited. Carl's like, hey, Samantha, I gotta say bye to you for a bit. I'm not gonna see you till the 9th floor. Samantha's like, the fuck you are? And she blasts off into space and disappears.
Yeah. Well, first when he tells her like, "Oh, this is probably the last time we're going to see each other," she's like, "Are you breaking up with me?"
Yeah.
It's like Samantha, what is going on, girl?
Yeah, she just fucking rockets. She goes through a hole in the floor. Like there's a big hole in the floor, and she just like rockets off and goes down this hole.
Yeah, so she escapes presumably the castle because she is whatever she is.
Yeah, well, we know she's ride or die.
Yeah.
Like we know
ride
that
or die.
she is now attached to this group. She probably doesn't want to like miss out on anything.
I got confused. What body is being offered to her?
Signet's mom, I think.
Well, she wanted Signet's body,
Right.
Yeah.
and that is in the nothing now.
Right.
So what happened was what was ejected were 3 bodies. There was Miss Nadine, the
Caterpillar lady.
Clint, the little baby,
Uh-huh.
and then there was like the husk of it seemed like it was a golem of her mom, Signet's mom,
Right,
the fish
right.
woman, Naiad.
Yeah.
Right, the fish that saved the little boy tattoo from that puddle that we
Mhm.
saw.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it's essentially inert. It's a golem, it's a statue
Uh-huh.
that could be brought to life. And I think
Right.
that was where Samantha was like, oh, there's an opportunity for me to take her mom's body.
Yeah, you have to find like a fleshmancer or something like that. I forget what
I think
the
that's
thing was.
what they
Yeah.
said, a fleshmancer.
Yeah.
But again, this
And
was
Carl
said
equips
amongst all the chaos.
Equips the body. So
Right.
like, okay, we'll do this. Yeah. And yeah, Samantha like, fuck that. And takes off.
Yeah, she blasts away. So Kiwi now has to go up on stage for them to transform her back into a bear so that Tina can see her as her mother.
Right.
And meanwhile, Carl, like, it felt so offhand for this to be the big bad that Faral was. He's like, hey, Mongo, just kill her off.
Yeah, I know. Take care of her for me.
Yeah, Mongo, chomp, done.
Yeah.
So Faral's gone.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty grisly scene because she's laying there with all of her limbs ripped off and one of her eyes is just burst open with
Yeah.
the milk spilling out of it.
Yeah, what did they say? It was like cracked open, like a honeycomb.
Yeah, like a honeycomb.
Jesus.
And she's alive enough to go like, how?
They turn back Kiwi into a bear. And this has 2 effects. What were we going to say?
Actually, a very pregnant bear, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she's a very pregnant bear.
Mm.
Pregnant with
Mongo's kid.
With
Yeah.
a raptor baby? I don't know how that's going to work. But a couple things happen. One, they immediately lose all of the raptors. Those raptors are now all red dots because Kiwi was the only one keeping them from being white dots.
Mm.
Right.
So those are a threat now to them as well. And then Tina starts not just acting like a dinosaur, but kind of talking and saying, Mommy, where are we? And that's their quest complete. For
Yeah.
it. The castle disappears, including the dinosaurs, including a lot of these other kind of NPCs, all the tattoo creatures, Sledge, the changelings, they're all gone.
And everybody else is just hanging in the air.
Yeah, because it like freezes time.
Mhm.
And they were like several floors up.
And as they're frozen up there in the air, Thunderstruck starts playing. And Carl's like, I think this is the AI just kind of doing its own thing here. It loves, I would say, human culture so
Yeah.
much. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, we need some fight music here. And
The AI is expressing itself more and more.
yeah. And now we're going to have a 4-way battle. They're all presented. The hunters are pretty much like not even considered a threat at this point.
Mhm.
There's 75 of them. By the time they hit the ground in a few seconds, there's going to be 30 of them. There's still, I think, every single crawler is still alive. So there's 75. And, these are the best of the best.
Mhm.
They were the top 50 and buddies. So
Yeah.
Right.
top dogs here. And then there's going to be Queen Imogen. That's the third party they have to fight. And the fourth one is Dewata.
Yeah.
That's Cersei living inside of Dewata's body. And that's a god, invulnerable. The only way to stop the god is make him stop having birth.
Right.
So how are they going to do that? And battle begins. They all fall, and we get more chaos as they're falling down.
Oh yeah,
through the air.
yeah. We thought we were at the most chaotic part, and like, this is chaos part 2.
This is more Blender. This is like a Speed 2 with the pulse.
But there's this part, like right as they're falling, Carl starts calling out plays like he's Cyclops from the X-Men.
Yeah.
It's great. He's like, all right, you guys are going to go after Imogen. We're going to go after Dewata. And he's just like telling everyone what they need to do with their strategy. Like use blunt force attacks. You're going to do it to the rhythm of the song. It's cool. Like,
yeah.
He's fully like in his mode.
He really had everything worked out because the whole idea of having everybody take the potions knowing that they were going to fall.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was just like, wait, what?
Yeah, because we learned earlier in a cookbook entry that, castles, you can take control of them, and once you do that, they act like settlements, and a settlement can be transferred by that spell. And, like, it's all these like pieces of the puzzle that he's been gathering through this whole book that now just kind of work. And
we're left to like we get these little action sequences that I can't wait to see this translated in live action or cartoon or whatever they do.
It's choreographed pretty well just in the written word.
Yeah.
To where you can really see it.
And it never stops being chaos. It's clear, but it's also fucking chaos.
Yeah.
They fall down, they throw smoke bombs. Donut does a fear spell on everyone. Imani's swooping everywhere, healing everyone. Bianca, the big goat, is flying through the air and just like a death machine, like picking off hunters in the air and mantids. And I thought this was a cool detail. They don't fall to the ground; they fall to the basement because the whole castle's gone. So they just keep going beyond the floor level, and they fall deep into this kind of hole where they all have to do battle.
There were several levels below the ground level.
And there's dead velociraptors. There's Carl actually feeling sad for a moment for these dead velociraptors. And then he gets saved narrowly from an attack by the pop-offs, who then just get destroyed by an elf. Is being like projected by Imogen across like a throwing star.
Yeah, it was an elf mount. It was one of those whatever those elk things were that they were riding.
Okay.
Yeah. And that thing is like pinwheeling through the air, and it cleaves the thing in half. It cleaves the Pop-Off brothers in half.
The Noddling, yeah.
Yeah. And one of them goes, "I miss my cat," as he dies, which was sad.
At this point, I completely, I had forgotten that they were going to come back. Like that they had a bonus life.
Yeah.
And after, that was mentioned far back enough that I was like, oh, fuck, they're dead.
Well, it was mentioned back far enough, and it was like, oh, their guide suggested they do this, but then we keep seeing things from other guides who are less scrupulous.
Yeah.
So it made you wonder, it's like, oh, was this guide just fucking with them? And it's like, oh, no, they actually knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Gideon died, we were like, When the Pop-Offs died, we're like, damn.
We spent time with them.
Yeah. They mattered.
I like them.
Yeah. Sorry, Gideon. They need to go after Dewata. Carl's having a tough time. He already used his protective shell, so he doesn't have that to get close enough because Dewata's surrounded by mantids, and they were going to get close to use a protective shell to push him away. So Katya takes this beanie off that she got from her sponsors and gives it to Carl, and that has the "I need my personal space."
Mm.
He uses that to get up close and blast away all the other mantids from Dewata. And really quickly, we get an explainer of what they were going to use all the other Panas tears and those other level up spells for Donut, because she has a spell called Laundry Day.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What a cool spell. I guess what a cool use for a cool spell.
Yeah.
Right, because it strips your clothes and armor from you.
Right.
And it turns out that Cersei is wearing Dawada as an armor.
Mhm.
So, yoinks, you just slurp it right off. And now you're left with the Cersei, and Dawada fucks right off. And like, oh, she actually immediately disappears because she's no longer in having baby mode. She disappears from the realm.
She's gone.
And now there's just Cersei trying to be a badass for a second. But I was confused because I was like, wasn't Cersei piloting remotely this whole time?
No, she's like in the god.
So, but I thought like she was in outer space and she like, was like plugged into the game. So she was kind of remotely piloting the god.
No,
somehow she's in the dungeon.
Yeah.
I think they're physically in the god, like in the god.
Yeah, because all that about she's having sex with her own daughter and all this, it wasn't like, oh, she's piloting this god to do it. It's like they were saying she's doing it.
You're right.
Okay. So, yeah, she's vulnerable and can die then.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought there was like this kind of protective layer. Like
Well, that was the
log
case with
in or whatever.
at least I thought so with the Maestro. And,
right.
The protective layer is the invulnerable god.
Oh, okay.
That's the protection.
But the Maestro was doing it from space as well, right?
Nope, he was in the god.
Oh,
Huh.
okay.
Are you having a harder time believing this than Carl having sex with Signet somehow?
I mean, okay, I get it. Both happened. I will concede that both of these things definitely happened. It did make me think though. Okay, so she rips the laundry day from Cersei and they quickly kill her. So
Very
she's
quickly.
out. Yeah.
Very quickly kill her.
Actually, the kids, her own kids turn and kill her.
Mhm.
Maybe because of how she was just sacrificing them and using them as weapons.
They're just hungry baby mantids.
Yeah.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah, that's all that was.
Okay. Well, it made me think, I was thinking, are these like a bunch of MacGuffins? Because I was like, what's exactly a MacGuffin? But a MacGuffin is like a story device where it's something that you're constantly seeking or an object, but it's not pivotal to the plot. Kind of like the best example I keep reading is like the Maltese Falcon or the in Temple of the Last Crusade, the chalice.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's about the journey to get to that, but that's the object.
It's the briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, so it's not actually like all the objects that Donut got. I was like, this feels like a certain trope where they give the perfect amount of items that all play out in the way that the sponsors seem like so prescient that they would know how this is going to play out. Little bit far-fetched, I guess, for me. At times I get pulled out when I think of something like that and I go, okay, is it that, and this is me being probably too analytical here, but is it the idea that the sponsors have seen enough gameplay that they can see the beats of how these stories go because these stories themselves have become somewhat tropes within the dungeon?
That's what I tend to think.
Because they gave like all the perfect tools.
No.
Unless
Unless we find out later that they have some more insider information,
like they can see the future to some extent,
or they have somebody kind of like a spy or something, some inside intel.
Yeah, they also have the luxury of being able to see the crawl as it's being broadcast, and we learned early on that when people are watching the crawl, they're not watching it like television. They can actually like be inside of the crawl.
They can pause, zoom around scenes. And
yeah, they can be like in this space, right? So you have these people who are very, very well educated on the things that are happening, that can see things unfolding as they unfold, and can, react by giving these gifts to crawlers that would help them in the situation they see unfolding, So I think one of the things that we learn at the very end of this book is that what Eva has the crown of the sepsis whore, right? Mm-hmm. And they know that she's gunning for Katya.
Right.
So what they do to guard Katya against that is they give her a beanie to put in that equipment slot.
Mm-hmm.
So she can't have that hat put on her.
Right. So that when Eva tries to put that on her, that thing's already on there. She can't put that on there, and they have she has that additional spell of get away from me, whatever that spell is, that pushback spell.
Yeah, personal space.
Yeah, I need my personal space. And Katya takes that off and gives it to Carl. That goes the way it goes.
Yeah, it does though. It was just kind of reminding me. I'm like, there are so many of these things that like are so dependent upon a situation going right, when what we saw was so much of the situation going wrong.
Mhm.
Right.
So even being able to be like, oh, if you have a talent show for what's her name? Tina, like being able to transform her mom is actually what's going to save her. Like Carl figures that out in the last beat because Signet says something. to
Right,
him.
right,
Right.
right.
So I kind of wonder, like, what was their plan before that?
But even Signet says everybody already kind of knows what she needs.
Yeah,
like what
so
she
the viewers
wants.
knew,
So
the sponsors knew it.
Yeah, the viewers knew, the sponsors knew. Like everybody kind of knows the story of Tina at this point.
Yeah.
And it's just for the crawlers to try to figure out what the limited amount of information that they have. You know, so they have like this 9,000 mile view of everything going on, and they can formulate their next moves based on that information.
That makes sense.
Let's see. So there's an area attack once again from Imogen. She's getting really close to dying, and her blast hits Donut so hard she immediately activates her cockroach survival because she's pretty much died.
Yeah, every time the cockroach skill activates, it's a killing blow to Donut. Like
Yeah.
that would have killed her.
The hunters are all whittled down to only one left. It's Zabit, and he's like, "Come and get me, Carl." And Carl goes, he's about to run after him. He goes, "Oh, no, you don't."
I already know your move.
Yeah. And so he casts Tripper and just blows him up. And poor Zabit.
I'm surprised the beat even tried.
Yeah,
I
right.
remember the conversation they had earlier. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, just give it up.
Yeah,
Go
well, you're gonna
home.
kill all the rest of the crawlers as well? No,
Mhm.
you're gone,
He's
dude.
probably feeling cocky because in the very beginning of the book, he almost took Carl out.
Right. And I guess he saw like, oh, here's my chance. And like, nice try, asshole.
Yeah.
It was a pretty nice moment that we get. Both Dawada is now out of the four-way battle, and then all the hunters are out. So it's just Imogen. And then we get hit with a series of dead people. Gwen's dead. She was the person that was helping in the bubble world.
Yeah.
That's like an amazing fighter. And she was Canadian.
Yeah, she was like a First Nations Canadian, and she was also like really bad attitude. Like,
Yeah, bad attitude. That's what I remembered about her.
Clayton's dead. He's the one who just did some knock joke on stage. It wasn't very good. And Tran ends up getting his legs blown off, and those can't heal back.
Right.
So it's kind of like Audette. He lost his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll get a sweet spider thing to crawl around
and
on.
we didn't really see very much of Tran in this book, but he was pretty pivotal on the in the last book.
Yeah. Imogen attacks attacks everyone, and in a last desperate attempt, Carl's trying to throw like a hobblobber or something but he also tells Brittany to throw her jacket, thinking that it would absorb the blast, but instead it's somehow... I was actually not really sure what it does. It somehow just
it
kills her.
attracted the lightning over to her.
Yeah, and so she blew herself up, I think, Imogen, essentially. I think. Somehow she dead. I think just say she dead.
Yeah, like it's a little bit blurry because that's where Carl loses consciousness.
Yeah.
Right. And so we don't know if she dies while he's passed out or if she died because of that or what. But whatever happened, like they take care of her.
It seemed like I would think that Brittany delivered the killing blow. But Carl passes out. It says, "Quest complete, the vengeance of the daughter." So we finally got the conclusion of that story, and you won't hear me bitch about it anymore. And when Carl wakes up, it's Prepotente fighting a guy named Oswaldo, who had that stone hawk thing. He did the pet show, and they're fighting over a memorial crystal that Oswaldo was able to swipe. I guess Prepotente, in trying to get it from him, probably had that Stonehawk come try to attack him, and Prepotente just killed the Stonehawk. And so this guy's upset he killed my bird. And Prepotente's fighting with this guy for this memorial crystal. Carl wants that thing too.
Yeah.
But Prepotente saying, hey, I delivered 22% of the blows to Imogen.
Oh, yeah.
I deserve it the most.
I think he delivered the killing blow to Imogen too. I think that's one of the things he says.
Was it a thing where Carl's passing out and he sees Prepotente flying over on Bianca?
That's right. Yeah.
So all of them, everyone is fighting over these objects, and it's just like that note we got in the cookbook.
Yeah, right?
Where that person was talking about, like, we all struggled and we finally got down there and defeated this city boss or whatever. And then we just saw the worst of us as we're all squabbling for loot and gear.
Yeah.
Carl sees it here with his fellow crawlers. And I feel like had Carl been awake in this moment, he would have had such a commanding presence that people wouldn't have devolved into this.
Yeah.
He would have been saying something to the effect of, we all will share in the spoils. We're all in this together. But he wasn't. And there's no one else that seemed to have that same kind of rallying presence.
He was also expecting it,
Yeah. But it's, we also learned that Faraz died. Horton died. He was the mushroom guy. And Brittany's face was badly burned and scarred on at least one half. So they took some licks. And Faraz is gone.
Some big licks, man. Like, this is a huge amount of death on this side, and we haven't seen anything quite like this yet.
It's almost a Pyrrhic victory where you win, but the losses are so great, it's almost like losing.
Right.
But I think that it was enough of the periphery characters dying that, like, it doesn't hurt me as a reader as much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like if Katya died, or Batista maybe, or that kind of the B-list characters, I would care. But these are kind of C and D-list characters. Horton, I don't know who that Horton was. Gideon and Horton go in that same category. But,
well, I mean, Faraz, he was sort of maybe a C plus or B minus.
Yeah.
It's just, it was like Louis and Faraz, but then it seems like Faraz kind of dropped back.
Yeah, we were seeing the development of Louis a lot more. And Faraz is almost expendable because there wasn't enough character development going on there.
Well, here's where things get really smart in how this is written, right? We know that Faraz, as a character, his death, to me, is more like, oh no, how is that going to affect Louis?
Oh, yeah.
And same thing with Donut, right? Like, Donut didn't die, but part of her did.
Yeah.
In this scene, we notice the toll it's taken on her and what it's doing to her confidence and what it's making her question about herself. And in a way, the toll of this fight isn't necessarily just the crawlers that died, but it's also like what happened to the survivors.
Yeah. She's worried and telling Carl that she's unable to grieve. She's seeing people she cares about die, and she can't channel the tears for it and what's going on. She's concerned about being too desensitized.
She's panicking about it
to all of this. And Carl says something like, "This is something I was afraid was going to happen. I was anticipating this." Which I guess just kind of implies that Carl himself has already experienced this as well and probably questioned it in himself. But yeah, the fact that she can't muster the tears, he talks about the theme of the Butcher's Masquerade. And the idea that they learn the story that is they're all these cruel butchers, and the mask they wear is them being friendly to each other during the masquerade. And he's like, but that's not the real mask that we wear. The mask that we're all wearing right here is that we are the butchers, that we can inflict this kind of damage, and we can take the hits to us and our friends and it not affect us. And one day we'll be able to let our guard down and feel safe again, but we can't right now. Which is a good passage.
Yeah.
And I thought it hit in the way that it needed to. And then because it was getting too serious, Donut said, "This is way more like Rambo than Footloose." But then she cries.
Yeah.
And
she does get it out.
Yeah, Carl feels a relief. Carl doesn't cry.
No.
But but he's a man and he can't cry.
I'm sure that flood of tears is on its way.
Katya kills Eva. We just kind of get a notification that one of the champions has fallen. That's Eva. And then Katya just kind of gruffly walks by, all like, well, shit. We learn later in one of the afterwards. Is it okay I jump ahead to this now?
Sure.
Okay.
Man, these epilogues are brutal.
No shit.
You get done, and then you're like, okay, a little epilogue, and then it's always something huge that happens.
Yeah, it's
there.
got to be a little jaunt through an epilogue.
Yeah.
Nah.
The big finale of this book is what happens with Katya in the epilogue. And that's that we learn that when she was going to kill Eva, she got too close and Eva was able to go yoinks and put the crown of the sepsis horror on her head. And she got her.
And I was like, Katya, that's on you because you were kind of monologuing.
Yeah.
You could have just taken her out and done, but no, you had to stand there and gloat. You gave her a chance.
You wanted to give her the what for.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of felt good for a second. Katya got the I'm sorry. She wanted her to plead just once and she got it. And then she got the crown. So now we are set up with a scenario where on the 9th floor, the crown of the sepsis horror has been worn by 2 crawlers, Donut and Katya. And that means that only one of them can go from the 9th floor to the 10th floor. There can only be one survivor.
Mm-hmm.
But that also includes all the rest of the lineage of the crown of the sepsis horror, which are the Naga, I believe, which are those snake people.
Right.
So of all of them, only one can go to the 10th floor.
All right. Bets on who's going to kill Katya, Carl or Donut?
Oh, man. I feel like they should just kill him right now. They're like, that's like too much trouble. I mean, you're gone.
Well, one, they don't really know, I assume.
Yeah, they don't know yet.
And 2, she's pretty goddamn powerful now.
Yeah. I like the like all of the way that scene plays out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And her having like it's revealed that she's been kind of addicted to blitz sticks, and she's doing that. She's doing that to relive when she was with this baby that she was going to adopt, and then it starts like the high lasts less and less every time she does it, and
she's afraid of hurting people because she's now getting intimate with Batista and wrapping him in like some skin cocoon. Weird.
Yeah, and like there's that theme of like I hurt people sometimes, but also like you're stronger than you think, and that gets repeated over and over again throughout this scene. Like when she,
but it's not an empowering thing. The stronger than you think isn't an empowering thing. It's that she's afraid of it because she hurts people.
Right.
So a lot of negative self-talk.
You don't know your own strength. And Batista is just one of those enabling boyfriends that whatever you say is right, and you're so good and you can never do wrong and believe in yourself. And it's like
instead he should be like, you need therapy. Yeah. I know this lady named Hecla.
No, and so far in the story, that is a quality that has been a positive for Batista, right? Because he's always willing to help. He's always like, but that character trait in this situation may have made things worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is something we had talked about before, about the idea of people shipping their relationship as well. And I'm like, there's something beautiful about the relationship between Katya and Batista. Those are 2 toxic people in a lot of pain that are trying to find each other in it, but it's not healthy.
Yeah, and I don't think they like intend to be damaging to each other.
No.
It's just the way their personalities are naturally just kind of cultivate that.
Yeah.
So far, like, I don't know what it's going to end up looking like later, but it sure didn't work out well at the end of this.
No. So now we're on watch for 2 different addictions, with Carl with the ring, and Katya with the blitz sticks. And it's like, which thing is going to be the monster or the biggest monster of the 2? Now, does this make you emotionally disconnect from Katya?
Like the idea that she's expendable now because it's her or Donut?
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, definitely.
Because like Donut's our team.
Yeah.
Katya popped into our team for a bit and then she left. it's natural that if we're going to pick one over the other,
Mhm.
it's kind of crazy that if we're going to pick one over the other, it's the cat over the human. But it is where we're at now in
Yeah.
this book, right? Yeah, we would pick the cat because the cat and Carl, they need to live.
Mhm.
That's sad. What a thing to think.
I know. So okay, so we're dropping to the 8th floor.
We are, but there's a few other things, a few other key points I gotta get to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One, they find the pop-off babies. Carl goes, shit, we gotta go find them babies. And they go and hunt them out.
Dude, yeah, and in the moment of again, kind of almost violent hope, like
Yeah.
it's like this awakening moment that happens, and Carl's like, "Oh shit!" Like it. At first, I was worried, like what just happened?
Right.
He starts
Yeah,
yelling.
what else happened?
He starts screaming for Katya,
Yeah.
and it's like, "Oh no, what the fuck?" And then there's that twist of like, "Oh shit, it's the babies,"
Mhm.
The baby.
and then they immediately become ineligible and get transported out of the dungeon.
It's a shame. I wanted them to be part of the crew.
What do you mean? A
As
shame?
babies.
Yeah, that's just cousin Oliver. It's like these two babies are now part of the crew, and they're wild and wacky.
They get saved. They're saved. They made it out.
So apparently, if you're a kid, unless you have two Rottweilers with you, you get saved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adds more to the mystery of Lucia Marr.
Yeah, really, in a big way.
And Zev, what's going on with this?
Zev
It's complicated.
is in quite a state.
Yeah.
This back half of the book, I feel like Zev is so combative to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Let's get to this next part, because the next part is we get another announcement that the co-warlords of the Princess Posse are now being welcomed to the faction wars.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
Well, I didn't know what to make of it, but the fact that they're warlords, which means they get a say in things, it's pretty exciting. But it was the line that Carl wants to make it so they can kill each other. But I was like, wait, that wasn't a part of it already? Because I was like, I guess I don't understand the faction wars.
In faction wars, like everybody who comes from outside
Uh-huh.
are kind of safe. Like if they get killed, they just get transported out of the dungeon and they're fine.
Okay.
Safe hunting teams.
Okay.
Yeah, on the 6th floor, like the hunters on this floor, it was real. Like they could die.
Okay.
This was like the for keeps thing. But the faction wars are all the rich motherfuckers, right? So they want to be protected.
Uh-huh.
They want to do all this stuff, send all the people down, like the hunters down to the 6th floor to get gear for them. They can actually die, but we're safe.
Okay.
Us playing in faction wars, safe. Crawlers, all of them, they can die, but we're going to be okay. So now that Carl and Donut have say-so, they can start like exercising some of their voting power and moving any of the forces outside that they have any kind of influence over to kind of force a vote to make it so that the protections are turned off.
Oh, Donadia, what's going to happen?
And
Empress Donadia
Yeah.
now.
And it's really interesting because, like, Carl says, like, hey, we're one of the teams now. There's, 9 teams, I think?
Mhm.
We're one of the teams. We think that, of course, Carl would think, like, oh, we should all fight to the death.
Mm-hmm.
But the orcs ain't pussies either. They're all about it. Like, they
yeah.
also want to fight to the death.
We know that we have their vote.
Yeah. So now he's like trying to do a populist call to the people who can vote on behalf of their leaders that are in this. There's a couple of them, and if he gets enough, if they get 5, like they get 3 more people, they have 5. They have enough of the votes that everyone's on the hook.
Nice.
And all those aliens are already on the floor, on the 9th floor. They've
Right.
all already transported over here, and they've been there this whole time, so they can't escape.
Right. They're there now. They can't leave.
But they're sponsored by the Society for the Eradication of Cocker Spaniels. So now we kind of know what was going on with Quasar. He was trying to find a loophole that would allow them to become the extra faction team.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to be able to do that if they could get enough money, which had been raised by Donut with the Cocker Spaniel people.
Right.
Just a fan base that had collected enough money.
Yeah.
And instead of using that to get rid of Cocker Spaniels, they said, we're going to buy you a team in faction wars.
Mm-hmm.
And that was early on the thing at the end of one of the scenes where Carl was talking to his lawyer and said, hey, I've got a crazy idea. Like, what do you think of this idea?
Yeah.
And then we never hear about it again. That's what they were talking about.
Mhm.
And it all ultimately has worked out. So they are co-warlords for whatever else that might mean. It's pretty exciting. They do get a warning about the Blood Sultanate thing, which feels like that's a reminder to us just for the next beat when that crown gets put on Katya's head.
Right.
And so that's certainly something to look forward to. However, through this, we keep like Carl's yelling out and calling out the rich and the powerful, and like Katya's joining in. They got the meatball and the dog lady and everyone like on the side, like, yeah, we're all bringing it to you.
Donut jumps on the dog lady's shoulder.
Yeah, there's like some harmony here. And then Zev's just going, cut it out. You guys got to stop. You really got to watch it. You sure done it now. You're making a mistake. To the point where it wasn't that she's being combative as like a facade on behalf of her business. Carl has to go and check her on it. Like, hey, you better remember why you're alive. Right?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it got enough of a nagging that Carl was like, cut it out. So it makes me kind of go, again, is Zev on our side or not?
Right.
Because at a certain point,
Yeah.
it's pretty annoying.
I've been wondering that too.
I mean, Zev has to kind of assume that she'll live on from here, and all the crawlers are going to have to take a deal, and they'll be kind of irrelevant for thousands of years, whatever,
Right.
of servitude. So maybe, I don't know. Donadia is the other crew that has a team on Faction Wars, which is why Carl doesn't like her, and
Mhm.
she's got to go. And then Donut realizes that she lost the pet show to Ren, the dog lady, and her meatball Garrett.
Which I was like, how?
They did nothing except for, man, that meatball's so cute. Everyone loves the meatball.
No.
It was rigged.
It was rigged. I mean, Donut keeps saying it was rigged, but I was like, normally I don't buy into those things, but I was like, I think you got a point. There's no way you should have lost that.
Prepotente parties with them real quick, and they go down the stairwell onto floor 7. But right before that, he talks to Carl about that memorial crystal he wanted. And he says that what's fascinating about that memorial crystal is that the goddess who supposedly died for the memorial crystal is a pedo who's also still alive. So how does it work that she's dead for the crystal, but also still alive to host this party? And he's like, there's something that we really need. I have a quest and I need to get that from them. Or from Oswaldo.
Because a memorial crystal is the result of a god dying, and then the god being eaten up by Scolopendra and then pooped out as a crystal, like we talked about that.
Naturally.
And Apido, we know Apido's still alive because she personally went over and invited Signet into the
Right.
Butcher's Masquerade. And the Butcher's Masquerade is a test by Apido, and the prize for that is a boon by Apido that would have given Imogen immortality. So we know Apido's still alive. Why is there an Apido memorial crystal? That's a really good question.
I got no theories at this time.
Man, if Carl and Prepotente could just put their differences aside and work together, they could probably beat this whole thing.
Immediately.
Yeah. They have Donut's charm. We keep seeing like what happens when all of these best of the best team up. Like that's what the culmination of the end of this book was here. We see all of them team up and their force combined takes out two gods essentially and all of the hunters.
Yeah.
But they gotta squabble.
Yeah.
They can't put their beasts aside.
It's High School Drama Club. You talked about it last time.
High School Drama Club. And Carl gets a quest from his god, Empress, also go get that memorial crystal. So now he's on the hook as well. And so we move on to the epilogue, and they are welcome to the 7th floor, the Great Race. And this makes me go, are we in for a whole other floor? How much are we going to see here? Because you see it's a long chapter.
Oh.
And Donut is in first place. It's Donut is the number 1 crawler.
Mm-hmm.
Then Prepotente, and then Carl.
Well, she got that pole position thing, right?
No, he did.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah, Prepotente got pole position, and since he's in party with them, they're all first. And he needs to be in that first cell, apparently, in order to crack it open.
Oh, yeah, but she's like the number 1 in the top 10.
Yeah, she's the number 1 crawler.
Got it.
We get a string of all these debuffs that are happening, where like they're trying to be muted, overruled by the AI, just all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fucking cool, man. I was like, what is happening?
Or negated by the AI. So the AI is just going, no thanks, like on all these different moves. There's one point where these gnolls show up in the room, like the guards, like they're gonna beat him to death or something. Then they disappear as well, negated by the AI. So every legal trick and everything that the outside forces can do to try and stop Prepotente from what he's about to do all happen. They all get negated by the AI because the AI probably thinks this is fucking hilarious.
Right?
But at this point, like, we have no context for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is going on? Like,
What did you make of this whole sequence?
I was more of a, all right, let me see this play out because I don't really know what's going on or who's throwing these debuffs at them.
I remember the first time I read this, just like my jaw thinking this was so cool. This idea that they like each floor just seemed to be like this big hype, this big buildup of what it's going to be. It takes an entire book to cover what the floor is. And this one all takes place in the course of a chapter.
Yeah.
Or even half of a chapter, honestly, because we get other stuff that happens after the race thing. But we also get enough detail of what the construct of this race is going to be. They're all going to drop through, and it's like that game Braid, I think. Is that the game where like the little kid is kind of going and he keeps dying and like reversing time to like try it again and go back in time and try it again.
I've never heard of
it.
This
Felt like they would just keep dying and like ending back at the starting point to have to go again and see if they can get to the end. And the only way to actually get to the end is go backwards through the back wall.
Right.
And Prepotente knows this because he talks about like getting enough clues.
Yeah.
So he figured out the way to break the entire level is to use this little hammer and a stick called the screams of or Cascadia screams or something like that.
Right.
We learned that Cascadia is the Hello Crawlers voice that they've been hearing all the other books. That's Cascadia. And we sure enough get her scream when this gets broken at the end.
It is really, really cool that we see that this has all been kind of dumped on Prepotente, like all of this information that he's put together over time. Because we've certainly gotten information that way also for Carl and Donut. Like they get extra information sometimes and stuff they get. And we think like, oh, that's because they're in like this really high kind of vaulted place. And they're special in some way.
They're our heroes.
Yeah, but I guess other crawlers are getting shit like that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it isn't just this story that's playing out in this way for these two characters.
Yeah.
It's playing out that way for other people too.
Yeah. And they're all getting pieces of the information. And once again, if they just all get together and share all this,
right,
they can be done.
But no, we need to be all separate. Like in this construct here, they're all going to be separate in their own tracks, like racing against some clock thing to survive.
Oh, and Agatha. We see Agatha up there.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. There's just some little note like, oh, Agatha's up on another floor.
With her shopping cart.
Yeah. Prepotente tells he starts kind of talking to Cascadia when Cascadia is trying to go through the announcements, and then eventually it's just like, please, Prepotente, don't break this, because she had a lot invested in this. She was very proud of this level that I think she in particular got to design and spearhead, and it's all just going to fall apart in the first few minutes. And so he essentially tells a little story to her and like Carl and Donut. They're like, you know, Miriam used to bring me in. I was her special goat. She'd bring me into the house, play music for me. She'd say I was her special smart little boy. And she was even going to sing at the pet show or at the talent competition for me. And I was going to get to hear her sing again. And you took that from me. So fuck you, basically. And he breaks the whole system.
He's like, she would have been proud of me. I think she would have been, she would have called me she would have called me my smart boy.
Yeah. He's a good smart boy.
Yeah,
he whispers it to himself. He's a good smart boy, and then he breaks the whole system. It's cool.
And Carl is just sitting there dumbfounded, like I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? What?
And then because the walls shatter, it's not like everyone has to descend the stairs. It sucks everyone in.
Yeah.
So every single crawler, it seems, was saved from the 7th floor by Prepotente. They were able to skip one.
100% survival rate.
Which is, that wouldn't have happened otherwise, it seems. So,
Correct.
Cool. A good way for Matt, who's probably, facing 18 floors of books that might have been a bit more than he now wants to deal with. Just cheat a floor.
I do like that when all this is happening. So a couple of things. Carl has a book of like lore for the Bahamas.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Prepotente asks him like, what is the title of that book? And he says, it's Bahama, whatever. I forget what it was, but the name the word Bahamas was there.
Yeah.
And also, I forget what Donut says to Prepotente. Well, now that you're the team leader, but that reminds me, and he leaves the party like immediately, just fucking leaves. Yeah, he just wanted to be.
He's of his word, though. I'm just gonna take it over to beat floor 7.
Probably the first character in fiction who was of their word on such a premise.
Yeah.
Who says, "I'll take
power.
over for just a little bit," and they're usually like, "No, I'm gonna stay."
Yeah.
I also got the feeling that he was just kind of annoyed to have to do that, But he just wanted to be in the party so that they would all be together because Donut had all those, objects that he needed to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They then get sucked into floor 8. And now we get a real quick glimpse of what floor 8 is, in that they go to the same room, which is essentially the one that they had to go in to pick the different features of the bubble world and for floor 5.
Yeah.
And instead it's a globe, and they have to pick their starting point on a globe. So whatever the next floor is, they could start from anywhere on a globe, it seems.
And boy, we have a good leg up. We have a whole book on the stuff in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So Donut doesn't pick that. Apparently she picks something else.
Apparently, I mean, it's too bad that Donut doesn't know where the Bahamas are.
It's like, it's easy. It's the Bahamas. She goes to the Caribbean. He's
Yeah,
like, what?
It's not the same.
To be fair, I'd be like a little bit hard pressed to go, okay, do I know exactly where the Bahamas are on this map? Because nothing's labeled.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I can just pick something a little bit closer, but it'd be off. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat close.
But she doesn't even ask Carl. She just picks something else.
Yeah.
So we just get Carl going, no, damn it. And we all know where that's going to be. We already talked about the very end note, which is Katya, and the crown, and that being a bummer note. And then we get an end credits sequence, which is Donut doing training in her vocal booth.
Oh, yeah.
She sings a couple different songs. She's doing improv singing, which is her trying to improv some lyrics for hip hop, country, and death metal before she gets, what do they call it? Just corny 90s alt music or something like that.
That seems to be her jam.
Yeah, it's essentially she's singing to Wonderwall, and she gets to make up her own lyrics for Mongo to Wonderwall. I think this is a thing that Jeff was talking to us, was one of these things he gets to add on. He got to add on for the audiobooks.
Right.
And with Matt's blessing, he got to kind of do what he wanted with this last sequence before kind of going into the end credits stuff, which is also incorporated in a narrative fashion, like saying who worked on the book in a playful way that's from the voice of Carl.
Yeah, I never skip any of that stuff. There's always something kind of fun to listen to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a nice end cap for us getting a lot of kind of heavy and sad stuff that happens at the end of this book.
Well, also, when you're done with the book, you're kind of not ready to leave the world just yet. So it's nice to just kind of hang around.
And you know what makes you finally want to leave is hearing Wonderwall. Yeah, all right, I'm out. I'm done.
A song parody of Wonderwall. I know a lot of people like song parodies. I'm not a big fan of them. I like this as a story kind of moment,
Yeah.
But
you're not gonna pick up the CD otherwise.
No, I'm not gonna start singing Wondercrawl or whatever.
All right, I think that's it. We did it. I think we were very quick. We probably wrapped this up in a good 20, 30 minutes. Our episodes are getting longer and longer. Do you remember our first episode was 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Was it?
Yeah. I feel like if we revisited that, we would spend so much time on the first book, like just talking about all these details.
You know what it was? We had the short episodes because we were like, yeah, we're just covering and kind of glossing over it.
Yeah, just
and then there was some
discussion.
comments like, man, there's so much you guys skipped. You didn't talk about this. You didn't talk about that. So it became, okay, fine. We'll be a bit more thorough.
Rubio's like, I'm going to make some notes. And they got really big.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy that we're doing a more granular, I almost said glandular,
Glandular.
a more granular cover of these books, because it's also allowing me to kind of remember a lot more detail as I go on, and it makes other things kind of stand out.
Also, I think the complexity, like it's things layering nonstop. So it is us going back and referencing things that did happen on book 2 with the Doomsday device, or book 3 with the trains, or book 4 with what's her name, Gwen, who now is dead. So it's like each of these things keeps compounding and like adding to the texture of what's preceded it.
I remember so like in this book, that mushroom guy died who we first saw on the Iron Tangle in the back. He was like a background character.
Yeah.
Hey, there's like a mushroom guy over here.
Ellie was fascinated.
Yeah, Ellie was fascinated by that. And then like talking about the acorn getting bitten down on, and there's all these little things that I didn't remember the first time going through this, that now I kind of like, oh shit, that's a callback to that. Wow.
Not only that, but think of all the things we did miss through this reading. We're thinking we're being detailed and we're still missing stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
But we have to have a life sometimes, guys. We need a life. All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up there. We're going to remind you that we're going to take 2 weeks break, and we'll be back December 5th with our next episode. That's going to be covering chapters 1 through 6 of book 6, The Eye of the Bedlam Bride. So download that book, or if you're reading it, you can buy it and you can do old school reading.
I guess.
I think I don't even remember how to read.
I know you don't know how to read.
I'll demonstrate here in a second.
Yeah, I could verify.
I want to thank everyone who's supporting us over at patreon.com/hellocrawlers. There you can make a pledge per month and support this show if you're liking what we're doing. There's also a little community over there where we chat behind the scenes, and you can join us there. We'd love to have you, and we appreciate the support. We want to give a shout out to the people that are currently in our crawlers category, including Aldo Necco, Andy Kogan, Caden B., Odin's Eye, Alai, Christian Casanon, Phaeltus Magoria, Gilbert Sanchez, Jillian, Johnny Whiteline Sideman, longtime listener, first-time crawler, Matt Johnston, Nikki, Noel Mead, Prince Stealth Axe, Queen Anne Chunk, and Ryan and Ryan. Thank you guys so much for your support.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And now it's time for our final segment, which is called Death Watch Extreme Dungeon Mayhem. This is a segment we do for a select few who've bought into the top tier on Patreon. We get to kill them each week and incorporate them into the story. This has grown outside of my control. I've gone too far in this.
Yeah,
there's no turning back.
Grant's gone primal.
What am I doing?
He's starting to assert his opinion more.
First up, we have Aldo Necco, our level 42 barbarian Thickermancer, who was hit so hard by the wall of mantids it crushed his chest in.
Oh.
He re-thickened in the swarm as it carried his body in the air toward the castle. It was rather uncomfortable in the swarm, full of pincers. They were scraping and cutting at him as they were flying toward the castle up ahead. He saw not only the castle, but there was a massive line of crawlers, all pushing to get down the stairwell just outside. Aldo pulled out his warlord paddle. I'm thinking it was, I don't know why I said warlord paddle.
Warlords have paddles.
I was thinking, what would a Thickermancer have? I was like, it's probably a paddle of some sort.
A warlord paddle?
Well, sometimes you have to spank people in your court.
He's a Thicky. He's got a spank.
Sure, like a general's hat. You just put two things together.
He's got a warlord paddle.
Right.
And he swung it at the mantids. He broke apart the swarm and fell. Down, down he fell, splat, right into the stairwell for floor 7. Meanwhile, Andy Kogan, our level 35 trash panda dumpster diver, also found himself being carried by the mantids. It was alarming at first, but then he found it was kind of fun. It was such a rush. He was flying through the air. He saw the mantid's claws were piercing into him, but it didn't hurt at all. He also saw Aldo was struggling next to him. He looked down to see the line of crawlers going into the stairwell, and his heart skipped a beat. There she was, the girl with the balloons. Aldo took a swing at the mantids, and they dispersed, dropping both of them. As Andy fell, he aimed himself right at the girl with the balloons. What had she done to him? Why was he marked as inactive now? What had happened to him? He rocketed toward her, his teeth bared and claws out. He felt so angry in that moment. He pierced right through both of her balloons, popping them and then colliding into her with deadly force. He got up off the ground, dusted himself off, and looked down at the girl's corpse. A player killer skull formed over his head with a notification. Welcome back to the game, crawler. Your status is once again active.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Caden B, our level 49 half-orc blind taste tester, was dead meat. He was at the Butcher's Masquerade, and the hunters were all targeting him. He watched as the drama unfolded at the party, and he took his Featherfall potion just like all the other crawlers, and once the castle disappeared, he landed in the chaos of battle. And no sooner had he than a hunter pounced on him and tackled him to the ground. A drop of the hunter's blood dripped into Caden's mouth, and Caden's eyes lit up. He said, "Tastes like poison?" And then the hunter gurgled and died over top of Caden.
Oh.
Yeah, he can change them by being a blind taste tester, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. He can manifest something in their blood.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever, however that works. Caden stood and ran to the stairwell, but it was covered in bramble. He saw his teammate Clayton was dead. Ahead of him, the Popoff brothers stood over Carl, and he thought he would run over to them for help. But then their body was torn apart by a whirling, what did you call it?
Elk.
Yeah, or some shit.
Yeah.
That came and pierced through their body and then came flying right at Caden as well.
It's a stag. It's one of those stags.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. A mount. That was the word you used earlier.
Yeah.
So Caden also got hit by the thing that killed the Popoff brothers.
Why didn't he? I assume Caden has one of those famous taste testers paddles that he could have.
They all come equipped with paddles.
Yeah. What?
Hey, the warlord is just a huge fan of cricket.
All right, well, we're done there, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna be back in 2 weeks. Once again, we're gonna take a break. I don't have anything planned on the docket for those 2 weeks, but maybe something else will come out in that time. Otherwise, just stay tuned. We appreciate all the support you guys are showing us on all the platforms, and chapters 1 through 6 of The Eye of the Bedlam Bride. That's your homework assignment. Until then, get out there and read.